And we are rolling. What's up? Yes, I'm still in the same room, but I'm leaving in like 2 days, and I'm gonna be home. Still got Magic and Bird as always. I think I'll probably get I think I'll just keep getting Funko Pops just to make like an army of Funko Pops. That'd be kind of cool, right? Just have like a shelf of Funko Pops. Might be kind of creepy though. But yeah. Anyways, this video, I kind of just want to explain like my point of view, not point of view, like my journey as an NBA fan, and I want you guys to know a little bit more about me personally and how I got into this sport. And I obviously, I think I explained this in the first video. I am a Thunder fan, and I'm a super diehard Thunder fan. So yeah, and yeah, let's just begin. I have no notes, no nothing. Just talk. It's like kind of like a story time. So yeah, now it started in 2017 ish. It kind of was before that, but like I literally knew nothing. I was just a bandwagon Warriors fan who heard about these couple people like who I just heard they were the best teams. So I was like, yeah, they're the best team. Let me root for them. But obviously, like I didn't know anything. But it's mainly my like when I started actually getting into it was third grade, which was 2017, and that was the year that I my dad just put me in a rec league for basketball. So I started. That's when it started. I started getting into basketball, and I remember in third grade in the library we get to pick a book. There's this whole shelf of like basketball books, and like there was like a couple there was like a set where it was like each book was like an NBA team about an NBA team. And every week when we go to the library, I'd pick like one different NBA team every day and just pick one. And then eventually I got to the Thunder one day and I picked that book, checked it out. And again, I didn't know much about it. I was just in that rec league. I kind of wanted to learn more. And I was still a bandwagon Warriors fan. I think I watched like one YouTube video of, Steph Curry's iconic game against the Thunder where he had like 12 threes or 13, I forgot what it was, and then hit the game winner, obviously. But I watched that YouTube video and and I was just like, hey, why not? But I got to that Thunder book, I opened it, and I saw that they used to be the Supersonics, and I was born in Seattle, and I was in Seattle, and we kind of left and moved to New Jersey. We moved there when I was like 3 or 4, so I really don't have any memories of Seattle, but I still I don't know, I just felt an attachment to them. So I found out that they used to be the Seattle Supersonics, so I was like, this is my team right here. So I was like, okay, let me be a Thunder fan now. And ever since and then that's pretty much how I became a Thunder fan. Now let's talk about like the actual season. 2017 was Westbrook's MVP season, and no, that is not part of the reason why I became a Thunder fan. I just found out that he had been having this great year. I think I remember the first game I watched as a Thunder fan. I think I watched a game against the Pelicans, like watch on TV, not watch live, like against the Pelicans, and it was on NBA TV, I think, and we watched it, and I was I was the only one who was a Thunder fan. None of my parents were. Eventually, I would get them into the team, but like now it's like, it was just me in front of the TV watching it, and the whole season I just watched like Westbrook go off, go crazy. I thought he was insane. Like he was averaging like 31, 10, and 10, or 11 and 10. I don't know, but like I was just like mesmerized by like he was getting 50-point games easy, and I thought that was the norm. So I was like, like if you're great, you should be getting 50 points. But nah, not really. But like Westbrook was doing a really good job, and a part of it was because of the team he had. I honestly didn't know KD left the Thunder. I was that much of a casual then. I didn't know KD left the Thunder and went to the Warriors. I just assumed he was always on the Warriors. Yeah, this is making me sound like a casual right now. But and then I found out I still don't have any resentment towards him. Obviously, I should. I definitely do have some, but I don't have much because I didn't experience it. So yeah, that's pretty much 2017, and then oh yeah, I'll give you the reaction to that game. I didn't watch the game because we didn't have the local thing because I was in New Jersey. I wasn't in Oklahoma City, so the channels were like only Thunder games I could watch were on ESPN and stuff. So the game that he broke the triple double record, I couldn't watch it, and I was like, and I was just watching not the play by play. Like I'd go on Google and search up the score, and I scrolled down to like Twitter and the news, and it was like I think it was the fourth quarter, third quarter, and he broke the record, and I was like, let's go, yay! Because then I was kind of invested, and then I was like, what? I forgot the score. But the Thunder were down by 2. And then I was like, I just had a feeling in my gut he's gonna hit this game winner. Like I thought it was Westbrook. And then I checked the score like a couple seconds later, and we were up by 1, and the game ended. And I was like, oh, let's go. And Westbrook hit, and then I ended up seeing the highlight later that Westbrook hit the game winner, and I was like, oh my god, I should have watched that. So that's pretty much my reaction to that game. And then obviously playoffs, I wasn't that invested. Like we lost in 5. So, and I didn't care that much because, again, I wasn't that invested. I think I cried during game 4, though, because I was expecting us to win both home games. I was like, oh, we're back home, and we won game 3. But it was like, I think I cried. And then, we lost in game 5. And, yeah. But I wasn't too hurt by it. Now, in 2018 offseason, I didn't pay attention to the offseason much because, again, that was my first offseason as a fan. But my first offseason turned out to be a really good one. I was getting Paul George and Melo. But then, obviously, it didn't work out much. The first game I watched was the first game of the season against the Knicks. I saw them play. They won by a lot. And I was like, oh, my God, this team, oh, my God. Right? So that's pretty much why. And then we just kept on playing, and then it just got worse and worse and worse. I think we were the 5 seed or 4 seed, and we were playing the Jazz. This time I was a little bit more educated, and we were playing this rookie Donovan Mitchell. I was like, easy win, right? No. Donovan Mitchell took us out in 6. Yes, so we lost to a rookie leading his team, and Rudy Gobert, obviously, but I was like, how? How do we lose? How? That was pain for me. That one was truly bro, I don't know. And and Paul George, I don't think he had that good season. And then I didn't realize how bad Melo was. I kind of wanted to trade him. So then in the 2018 offseason, guess what we did? We traded Melo for Shooter, and I thought Shooter was pretty good. I think he was a starting guard for Atlanta. I was like, okay, he's pretty good. I think they traded him so they could make up room for Trae Young. No, not make up room. I don't even know. And they waived Melo, but we got Shooter, and I was like, oh, this is our year. And it actually was our year. We were doing. Y'all don't understand this. 2019 Paul George was a different being. He was just a different animal. He was getting 40-point games easy, just like that. He was an MVP candidate. And Shooter was our backup. Oh, he didn't do that good, actually. He was solid. He was solid, definitely. He was obviously solid. Westbrook had an okay year. He was kind of regressing from 2017. And Paul George was so good. And then guess what happened? I forgot what game it was, but not in a game, I don't even know. I remember the first game he was out with the shoulder surgery. I was like, okay, just an injury. And then he ended up being out for some time, a lot of time. The first game he was back was against the Timberwolves, I think. And he did horrible. And I was like, it's just a flu, right? He's just coming back from injury. And he did. I'm not even going to lie. He did not do good the rest of the season with that shoulder injury. He could not hit a 3 to save his life. Most of his points were free throws. And some occasional driving, And obviously he played good D, but it was that was kind of where it was you guys don't understand how bad of a break it was too. I feel like we honestly could have been championship contenders if Paul George wasn't out. We beat teams like the Bucks and we were beating teams that were so good, and I thought we honestly had a chance to be championship contenders. And then he went down with an injury, and it was such a bad break. That's the season that really hurt me. And then obviously in Portland, the shot that shall not be named. That was. I went into a state of shock, and that shock lasted for like a week. I was so sad. I was just like, I was depressed. Not depressed. Nah, I shouldn't say that. But I was devastated. I was devastated. Like when he hit the shot, and also when he came down the court. I think Paul George missed like a mid range, and then they came down the court, and it was tied. And Dame, and I just had a feeling. I just had a feeling that, oh my god. I can take you through the whole series. Like, obviously it didn't go well from the beginning, but then we won Game 3, and then and I was so hyped because we won Game 3 by a lot, and it was and OKC was crowded in the arenas. So then Game 4, like I was expecting the same thing, but I think we were on a vacation then, and I couldn't watch the game because we were doing something like I think it was like, I don't even know, we were doing something, and I couldn't watch the game, and then we lost, and I was like, oh my god. Game 6, I didn't even want to watch, no, Game 5. I didn't even want to watch Game 5. I didn't even want to watch Game 5 because we were down 3-1, but my mom hooked me into it. Oh yeah, by the way, this is when my parents started becoming interested. 2018, they were kind of, okay, this is, like, we'll watch it once in a while. 2019, they were watching almost every game. Yeah, they were watching almost every game, and they would get into, like, the news and stuff. And so my mom wanted me to watch with her. And our whole family was watching. And then at first, it was really good. Paul George was actually hitting his shots. I'm not even going to lie. That game, Paul George was hitting his shots. He was taking, easy mid-ranges just to let him, like, feel the game. And he was doing really good. And then, like, it was just like, bro. And then, like, Dame hit that game winner. And yeah, so that was then 2019. Oh, 2019 was when, yeah. And then so the Paul George trade, I was at a friend's house. And, oh, by the way, I just want to take a quick moment. Like, I know this is just Thunder stuff, and, like, y'all probably don't even care about Thunder stuff that much. But, like, I just wanted to make this video, so, yeah. And, like, Paul George got traded, and I was at a friend's house. And my mom was there. It was, and I was gonna come back, and then my mom, like literally drove to our house, drove to my friend's house, like, and just was like she told me, because I didn't have a phone then. I think I was in like fifth grade, I believe, and I didn't have a phone then. And she drove by and she told me like someone got traded, and then and it was kind of guessing game. I was like, who? And I just kept on naming players like Steven Adams, Dennis Schroeder, and then I came to Paul George, thinking kind of was like, it's a joke, right? Like, if I say Paul George, no way, right? It's gonna be some random. And then she was like, yeah. And then I was like my face just, and I tried to play it off in front of my friend. I was like, okay. I looked at the trade. I was like, okay, it's a decent trade, not thinking it was a good trade at all. And now that we look like 2 years back, it's obviously an amazing trade for the Thunder. I would believe. But I was like, oh my god, like I was devastated. And then I kind of knew Westbrook was gonna get traded, so he ended up getting traded. And I was okay. I know I should have been more sad about the Westbrook trade, but I just think I was more prepared. I think. So yeah, that's when our team got blown up. We got Chris Paul, Shea, and now we're heading into the 2020 season, and Chris Paul leads our team with guys like Shea and Schroeder helping out. Schroeder had an amazing year. Chris Paul had an amazing year. Shea had an amazing year. Steven Adams had an amazing year. Gallinari had an amazing year. Almost everybody had an amazing year. Lou Dort had an amazing year, even though he came in like the middle of the season. That was probably my favorite season of all the season that I've watched, because like we had no expectations. That's what made it better, because I was like, oh my god, like we were supposed to lose. Like with other teams, we were like, oh my god, we're disappointing. But now this team, we're like, we're surprising people, And then, and then we come to the Houston Rockets. It's the bubble, So I'll give you my reaction about the game. This video is gonna be a little longer. I'll give you the reaction about the Rudy Gobert thing. So I was watching the game, right? And I was like, it was just a normal game. I was like, okay, let's go, let's start. And then literally the players came onto the court. They did a whole pregame, kind of handshakes, and they came onto the court. And I was like, And I was like, okay, okay. I didn't expect anything, obviously. And then it just stopped. And then I was expecting, okay, they're gonna tip soon, right? And nothing happened. And then they canceled the game. And I was like I didn't even know what to say. And then my mom was like, I think it's because of COVID. And then we ended up finding out that it was because Rudy Gobert got COVID. So yeah, and then we go to the bubble. 2020, it was the bubble, and we play the Houston Rockets in the playoffs. That was a good playoff series. It really was. I think, yeah, we won Game 3 and Game 4, and then Game 6. Game 6 was so fun. I think we were down by 6. Chris Paul hits 2 back-to-back threes, and from there we went on to win the game. And that was and then Game 7 ended up being Chris Paul's last game with the Thunder, and we lost. But I think overall it was a good game. I see Lou Dort. I feel bad for Lou Dort most in the situation. Like, he did so good all just to come up short. And I think partly it's because his jump shot is very slow and the shot clock was winding down. But it was obviously a hell of a play by James Harden. But, that's pretty much how that season ended. And then we go on another another offseason where we trade a bunch of guys. We trade Chris Paul, Gallinari leaves in free agency. We trade Schroeder, and then everybody, and we get 40 million gazillion picks, and it's just basically Shea, Lou Dort, and some picks, and Baisley obviously. And then 2021, I don't have much to say about it. We were bad, obviously. Shea had an amazing year. Then he went down with an injury. Just didn't come back for this whole season because Sam Presti wanted to kind of tank. We have the 6th pick. I'm expecting us to take James Bouknight or Jonathan Kuminga. And we took Josh Giddey. Now that I think about it more, from that time, it's okay. We love our international players. Sam Presti does. I think that's part of him coming from the San Antonio Spurs organization. But, yeah. And then this offseason, we didn't do much. So, yeah, we come back from all the way to 2017 to now. I am going into 8th grade. So, yeah, that's pretty much my whole story. I know it's kind of more boring because obviously it's more Thunder, and most of you guys don't like the Thunder or don't care about the Thunder. But I just wanted to make this video for myself and just to give you guys something to, listen to. So, yeah, say bye to Magic and Bird. I didn't hold them the whole time. I actually just, put them behind me in the chair. I didn't sit on them. That's weird. But, yeah, and we are out.